What's up? What's up? How are you? What's happening? Look at Daisy. It's like she's okay. I think she's seated. She's not laying down, tongue hanging out. I think she's asleep. How? Hey, the dog. Hang on a second. You'd be shocked to know that she was about 15 minutes ago beating the hell out of everybody. Now look at her. Hey, come here. Hi. Hey. Okay. Put your tongue in. Put your tongue in, honey. Yeah. It's gonna dry out. It's gonna dry out. That's an on-time start for you bastards who love to see me screw it up. That's an on-time start walking in the park just the other day, baby. What do you think I saw? I really don't know what time it was. Oh. Led Zeppelin 4, as it's known. Oh, I was ripping up Led Zeppelin 4 yesterday when I was on the run. I went running, and here you got music that's 50 years old, and it still has legs that'll just trash anything that is made today. Been a long time since I rock and roll. Been a long time since I did that stroke. Oh, just crushes. Bonzo on the drums, man. I don't know how that guy does it. He plays in like two separate times. One hand is one time, and the other hand is the other time. The kick. He's played in three separate times. Welcome in, my friends. The live stream of this March 5th edition of the I forgot my own name, of the Eric Zane Show podcast comes to you from A&E Heating and School. Hold on. Heating and Schooling. It's like I'm high. Let me start the whole thing over. And I slept well last night. I'm in a great, well, I'm always in a great mood. You know that. But let me start over. The live stream of the Eric Zane Show podcast comes to you, brought to you by A&E Heating and Cooling. Senor Martinez delivering the expertise at an unbelievably affordable cost. And, he's driving the other guys who do heating and cooling crazy because, Joe keeps his margins in an appropriate spot. He doesn't have to overcharge the customer because he doesn't have a lot of overhead to make that something that has to happen. So, he does it at an unbelievably affordable price already before any customer has any type of drop in the name Eric Zane for big savings. And that is true with the hottest device being sold today, the Remy Halo. If you call any of the other heating and cooling experts in and around the area, it's going to cost you $1,000 to get the Remy Halo installed. The Remy Halo cleans all of the teeny tiny particles that are in your home as they circulate through the air and your cold air return through your heating system and back into the house. Viruses, bacteria, any type of pathogen, allergens, pet dander, zapped by the electromagnetic light of the Remy Halo, converted into harmless hydrogen peroxide, which is then caught in the trap. Joe installs this thing for $750, but if you mention my name, it's $650. That's freaking sweet. You'll notice it. Okay, this is what you do. You have it installed, and then, I don't know, go out to eat or something like that. Come back, and you're like, oh, my God. It's just unbelievably clean. It just actually smells better. And that's after an hour of work. It cleans every square inch of air in your home. Okay? The Remy Halo takes Joe 45 minutes to install it. Call him at 616-516-8579. 616-516-8579. Always thank you to Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid. That's Ervines. So Vines, Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid. I may have been told the story as to why it's called that, but I might have forgotten. I was probably too distracted by Megan's beauty. I would have been like, what are you talking? I can't even concentrate. Your teeth are so perfect. How do you stay 23 years old? Stop it. What are you doing? 616-532-6600 for Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid. Lady, veteran owned. Yeah, the lady is a veteran. Jamie served in the Air Force. That's mom. She's the boss. Okay? She's in charge. And then you got her husband, Eric, 49% owner. And then you got Megan, who helps make it all like come together in one big sandwich of expertise and beauty. 616-532-6600 in West Michigan. Get your car repaired at Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid. All right? Each and every morning, this show comes to you from the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker Studio. It is as I said, the 5th of March, 2021. Where are we going to go today? The Eric Zane Show podcast begins now.
Hey, this is Patriot Nick, and you're listening to the Eric Zane Show podcast, where if you don't like what the host says, he'll threaten to fight you in the streets.
Hey, I'm a girl.
Oh, wait, that's not the right clip.
Guess I have to fight you in the street now.
Oh, there you go. Now here's your host.
I'll fight you in the street.
Eric Zane.
I don't care where it is. I will fight you in the street. Yeah, I'm not gonna fight anybody. There's a lot of New England influence on that intro. You got Jimmy from Portland, Maine, on the guitar, and then the multi-talented Patriot Nick writing that one. And then I think he had Pellerito slap it all together for him. So thank you. Good people right there. All right. Thank you so much. The show happens live each and every morning. The live stream, video live stream, if that's what you prefer. Facebook is brought to you by Irvine's, Vines. Facebook.com/Eric Zane fan page. Please share it. Please like it. We average about 3 shares a day. It's absolutely ridiculous because I see there's dozens of you that watch it. It ain't overly populated. I'm not like Rogan or anybody, but there's enough there that if you all shared it, you'd make your old pal Eric very, very happy. But then you're like, screw him. Yeah, and I don't want people to see what I'm watching. What the? Okay, fine. Have it your way. I'll just sit here and beg. Twitter is a Periscope video brought to you by Blue Frost IT. Thank you to them. Please retweet it with a snarky comment. Okay? And then also the live stream video on YouTube. Eric Zane Show on YouTube. If you could, subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification and the thumbs up, and then we're in business. And as always, this show, if you want, you can download the audio to listen on your device or on your laptop, desktop, or whatever it may be. Wherever you download podcasts, or just go to ericzaneshow.com. All of this is there. Okay. It is yet another Friday has happened. And I talked about this yesterday about the how quickly the weeks are just ripping right by. This show started out as kind of like in pandemic mode 1 year before there was a pandemic. If ever there was a career choice that would be good for a pandemic, it would be one in which you don't have to leave the home. So, boy, when the pandemic hit 1 year ago, I was like, yeah, it's cool. Just work from home. I've been doing it for a year. It's no biggie. A year and 3 months or 2 months. Yeah. You're fine. It'll be 2 years, 2 months tomorrow that this podcast has been a thing. So thank you so much. One of the people that I picked up along the way was Adam from Houghton Lake, Michigan, who is one of the contributors on the Zane Asylum music-driven radio show that I do on Northern Michigan's Q100. You can find that Q100-FM.com. Heard on 3 frequencies, 94.5, 100.3, and 106.3. I do a 2-hour radio show there every single week. And I actually take and I pick the music. I put it all together like you would hear it song after song. And then me talking about the music, playing DJ. And then I send it up there. They play it on Sunday mornings at midnight. So like the dark, when no one's listening, they play this show. That's the type of clout I have these days. I am on a radio station up north at a time when everybody is sleeping, and that is the extent of my radio career right now. I take that show and I make it available on my Patreon. Adam hears it ahead of time, and he's able to hear what song that he that I play that he contributes, because I call it Adam's Oddity. Adam is known as Adam the Odd. And he admits that. He goes, oh, man, I'm such an oddball. So he sends me his songs, and they're all these out of left field songs you've never heard of. So I feature that on the show. Well, so that's the background of Adam. I picked him up as an audience member because of doing the work on Q100 in Northern Michigan. He heard me on the air there doing my late night radio show, and he decided to check out the podcast. At least I think all this is how it went. And then when he checked out the free podcast, he eventually became a Patreon member. So now he's like embedded. Well, yesterday, Adam picked up his sweet mother and took her for a ride. Now, I don't know about this, why this would happen, but Adam put the Patreon bonus podcast on when his mother was seated right next to him in the car. Okay? And he described the reaction of his sweet mother in a Facebook post that I must read to you. This actually made me bust out laughing, Adam. Oh, my God. This is so classic. I cannot wait to share that with you. Okay, I'm finally going to get to the story of the instant karma on display at the cockfight in India. I've been meaning to get to this the whole damn week. In the whole damn street, because she's playing all night, and the music's all right. Mama's got a squeeze box that it never sleeps at night. That's featured on the Insane Asylum this week. Squeeze Box by The Who. Off of Who by Numbers. Most of you people don't get this. It's like, I'm too old. The music selection is so old. But that is the greatest music that has ever been made. Okay? If you're 50 and under, you don't know what the hell I'm talking about. You see, I'm an old soul. I listen to really old music because I had old-ass brothers influencing me. So when my brother is introducing me when I'm like 7 years old to Boston, I don't necessarily love Boston, but that had me poking around his record collection to see in the Bees, Black Sabbath, Black Oak, Arkansas, and all those other bands, Sweet, all those old ass bands that are too old for someone like me. But man, I love them so much. That's what happens on the Insane Asylum. I have 2 emails of the day today for you to get to, and cannot wait to share them with you. That is brought to you by Forever Lawn, West Michigan. Thank you. Okay. Rudy Giuliani is having a really bad week. Really bad couple of days. And it has nothing to do with politics. I mean, the last thing we heard about Rudy Giuliani is he was encouraging the caveman brigade to drag their knuckles down the street and invade the Capitol with body odor and stupidity. That's the last we remember of him. Okay? It's been a year of hair dye running down his face, standing in front of a landscape supply business next to a porno store to talk about whatever the fuck. But all of those things, in my opinion, pale in comparison to what he has to endure right now. His daughter is telling the world about her sexuality to People magazine. And for the life of me, I can never figure out why people feel the need to discuss these things. I'm just so empowered. I'm just so emboldened that I want to bend the ear of everyone in America to talk about who I give hand jobs to. It's fair. I have to be very open. If not, I'm going to be tormented if I don't go to an enormous publication and talk about who I have sex with. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. I actually feel bad for Giuliani on this. I mean, this is... Oh, God. I'm telling you, I'd have a shotgun in my mouth if I heard about this. We've got an update on the 9th grade boy in Escanaba, Michigan. This story just broke my heart. Cody Pepin is his name. Oh, man. I think we covered this during the week on the Patreon. And it's just seriously this. I don't know where this came from, and I have still so many questions about it. The kid was rudely roasted in the local newspaper, like the physical newspaper. I got to get to that. And so there you go. That is all coming up on today's edition of the Eric Zane Show podcast. Okay, so who is joining me today? Mitchell says he loves the on-time start. Thank you, Mitchell. And I will see you Sunday, March 21 at Paintball. Chris is here. Sarah Rook-Ruck-Rutch. Love you. Gotta love on-time starts. Of course, Patriot Nick. Rick says do a little Over the Hills and Far Away. Oh, God, yeah, Rick has great taste in music, too. Okay, I can do a request. Hey, lady, you got the love I need. Maybe more than enough. Oh, darling, 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 walk a while with me. And then it kind of... Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, Rick is the guy who kicked my ass on the $15 minimum wage discussion yesterday. Oh, fuck. And that is, again, another example of how great I am. He did a hell of a job explaining what he believes. And then I'm like, I get it now. I was just flying off the handle and being stupid. But you're actually basing this discussion with some tangible evidence of how this is a bad idea. So you convinced me. Well done. Now, I'm not like a stubborn jackass like pain in the ass Dirk, who is just going to I love racist Dr. Seuss. That's absolutely the way it's got to be. You see, I am the word of the day is malleable. Okay, I can be molded if you back it up with You know, I'm always about facts. I am always about facts. Mays is saying, wait for it, wait for it. Wait for what, you fucker? What the fuck? You hiring? I'd love a job for $15 an hour. No, I'm not hiring. Shut up. I already said he won. What do you want? You guys just sitting there rubbing my nose in the doo-doo? Holy crap. I'm erasing yesterday's a-hole of the day. I don't yet have one. We might stumble upon one. I don't think there are any worthy people for the Eric Zane Show podcast, asshole of the day. So for you folks that listen on Patreon, Nick says, forget the facts. He's moldable either way. No, I don't think so. I think there's plenty of things that I stand on and believe. And just because I happen to be swayed in one direction or another from time to time does not mean what you think it means. Eric, make sure you sing happy birthday to Kenny. It's your birthday? How does everybody know that? Does this happen because Kenny is hey, man, guess what? It's my birthday coming up. Are you a birthday announcer, Kenny? Well, happy birthday to you. Okay, that's I'm done singing for the show. I don't want to sing anymore. Just so you folks on Patreon know, yesterday I listened in its entirety until for the entire thing of the Zaniac Zoom 2, okay, of Kevin Kuiper's drunken debauchery. I listened to everything. Now, that is the first of 2 listens that has to happen. But
are we going to be buying another third beer?
Highlights include at the end, the peer pressure. They're trying to get him to even beer bong a bottle of water. Now, I don't know if there was like an ulterior motive there to try to get him to puke. If the thinking is if he beer bongs the water, he will in fact puke. Earlier in the show, he reveals that he vomited. You don't see that or hear it or anything like that, but he announces it. And man, this group of belligerents trying. I mean, it's 15 minutes of pure peer pressure, trying to fuck this poor guy up.
Oh.
Oh my God. Jessica, a little bit more emboldened. She was less helpful to him and more urging him to get intoxicated. Oh, pain in the ass. Dirk says, no, we just wanted him to be hydrated. Okay. But Andrea says, come on, man. The doctors, I'm guessing Dr. Seuss's family, took those certain books off publication so that cancel culture couldn't cancel every book they have. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Andrea's got everything figured out. Of course. Oh, okay, good. Now I know. Andrea's got it figured out, guys. I mean, we could have just turned to Jason and say, Jason, what's it like married to a genius who knows everything? She is, I mean, we don't need to even ever run anything up anyone else's flagpole about anything because Andrea knows it all. Oh my God, we're so lucky to have you. We're so lucky to be graced with your presence, to have someone with so much knowledge. Get the fuck out of here. The fuck is wrong with you? My God. All right, fine. You know what? I am not above making, I did it to Dirk, and congratulations. Unless otherwise indicated, for that bit of smart-ass response, I'll give you an early on asshole of the day award because that's the type of mood I'm in. There, what do you think of that? Award winning. Okay. for the second day in a row. I've got drama about the NFK. My wife's brother-in-law, Kevin. Just for more background sake, it's never a good idea to get him wound up about anything. It doesn't take much to get him agitated. We've discussed this before. You also are aware that when he talks, he speaks in sound effects and noises and these inappropriate hand gestures. So if he's talking about the dog jumped in the pool and was swimming, he'd flap his arms like a bird, and that doesn't make any sense. That's just an example. He didn't really do that, but I'm just saying that that's the type of oddball shit that happens. Okay? Long list of things why this is. I don't want to repeat it all. But 2 days ago, there was drama over the bank account. Okay? Yesterday, Diana's walking up the driveway after going to the mailbox after she gets home from work. She has opened up a piece of mail while walking up the driveway. To me, bad sign. Concern. That's either you've won $1 million or it's a bill of some type. Now, everybody in this household, except for me, is addicted to going to the doctor. So there's constantly medical bills flying in. And, I'm always just fingers crossed, it's not the big one, My God, I've had a hell of a week with the tax bill that I got. She's walking up the driveway with the mail open. So I'm like, I don't say anything. I ignore. I resist the temptation to ask. She comes in the house, sets it down. I happen to walk by it. I see the word collection. It's a collection agency has sent a letter. And I think it sent it to, she might have even opened up her brother's mail. Okay. She was aware of what it was, collection agency made out to her brother. And so she's going to try to solve the problem on her own. She opened up the mail and she's like, what is this? It turns out that when the NFK was living with the other half of the Doobie Brothers, David, before he passed, they had, I guess, AT&T Uverse, which is a surprise to everybody, which is that television service through AT&T, I guess, or they had it or something. I don't know. And it was being drawn out of their bank account and when they were living together for the monthly fee. You pay a certain amount. Well, sure enough, Dave passes, Kevin moves in. And the bank account, he has a new bank account with Diana. So, okay, that bank account that was there is still a thing. And it was we were going to wait till a certain point till all the people that wanted money out of it, whatever, outstanding checks till that was satisfied and then close it all out. Well, it turns out that was an automatic draw. So it kept draining the account until it got into the red. And then, which I talked to you about. And because the bank notified, that was 2 days ago. Well, AT&T, as AT&T Uverse reaches out with you owe us money. It's like a $125 bill. And so Diana's like, okay, well. And so she sees it and sees me, and she goes, shh. I go, what? She goes, don't say anything. He's going to go bonkers if he finds out about this, okay? Just panic. And it's not like it's a big deal. The bank is closed. The bank account is closed. Just pay the damn thing, call the collection agency, pay the damn thing, and then it's gone. Okay, no problem. So I see her walking around upstairs. And she's pacing and talking. And she's got the bill in one hand from the collection agency, and they're on the phone in the other hand. And I hear little bits and pieces of the conversation. And then she goes down the steps. I'm like, that's not good. Where he is, where the NFK is. A little bit of time passes. I go downstairs. She's standing next to the NFK. That means he's in on it, which means we've got a problem. Now he's on the edge of his seat, and that's always an issue. If he's not sitting back with his feet up, watching the TV for 14 straight hours, And he's on the edge of the seat with the TV sound down with this concerned look on his face like he just found out that everybody in the house has cancer. Uh-oh. And so Diana's in the middle of the conversation with these people, and it turns out that she needed him to say to the collection people, yes, this is the NFK. Yes, she can talk to you. Yes, we're going to pay you. Okay. So she had to deal him in the conversation. So this is not good because I walk by and I'm just minding my own business, but I can hear him talking while she's talking on the phone with the collection agency. And he's doing that thing that I was describing to you where he makes the noises. And I look out of the corner of my eye and he's doing the same thing I talked about yesterday. So it's like, wow, damn, motherfucking shit. And he's doing that whole thing again, and he's just pissed. And I'm like, oh, God. So somehow she manages to get through it. And she hangs up the phone, and then the next thing I know, she's upstairs with me. I go, everything else set? She goes, yeah, we got it taken care of. I go, I thought you were going to keep this on the down low. She goes, I had to deal him in because they needed to talk to him. I go, oh, fuck. Son of a bitch. Then I get this bit of information. Eric, while that second bank account was still open, Kevin got a stimulus check. And it ended up the account was drained, but he got a $600 stimulus check. I go, oh. She goes, so you need to get a hold of the IRS and change the bank account that the money is sent to for if there's any other further stimulus checks. It'll go into his correct account. And I'm like, oh, no. So that means I got to sit next to the dude and break this all down, probably on the phone. I might be able to do it online. I don't know. I hope so. With them and him because, and that's always a real fucking terrible thing. When I reached out to Social Security to get a change of address, Social Security now sends everything here to this house, but we still had to change the address. That meant a phone call, me, Social Security lady, the NFK. I'm sitting right next to the dude. And they ask a question. I cannot answer it. And they go, what is the previous phone number that we had on record for you? And now all he has to say is the number or I don't know. But that doesn't happen. All he says is, well, fuck, I don't fucking shit, fucking, I don't shit, I fucking, and the lady is right there. And I'm like, and she hears me say, Kevin, stop. Answer the question. Either number or I don't know. One of those are your only answers. If you know the number, say the number. If you don't know the number, say I don't know. And he kind of looks at me like, wait, what? That's all you have to do in this world is just answer questions, and then that's you can move on to the. I go, yeah, I'm thinking, yeah. And so he says, well, I don't know. Okay, no problem. We've got other ways to. It's just they just go to the next step. You know, it's like a flow chart. I'm like, dude, you got to just chill, okay? Oh fuck. Oh my God. So it ended up getting settled, but we have yet another hurdle, and that is the deal. So every morning I turn on the news, and the Today Show is talking about, they're making ground on the next stimulus bill. They should vote on it in 2 weeks. And I'm like, oh, God, I got to get this done very soon. Get the NFK's bank account changed with the federal government. Oh, my God. The open of the Eric Zane Show podcast is in the books. I want to remind you that tonight is the night that we have another Patreon podcast with Ben, the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. Now, I have 2 people ready to play Bet on Ben. Now, if you are a fan of the free podcast, and let's say you're not on Patreon, I want you to get a taste of what this is like by giving you a shot to play. I've got 2 people who can play, John and Tim D. John S. and Tim D. if you are listening and you're thinking, well, I can't play because I'm not a Patreon member, you can. You actually can, because I have Patreon members play and I have non-Patreon members play, because we just want people to play the damn game. It's fun and it's hilarious. We never know where the game is going to take us. The Bet on Ben game. You don't know the rules, don't worry about it. All you got to do is send me an email and say, yeah, hey, that sounds fun. Sometime between 7 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. Eastern time on Friday night, the 5th of March, I want to play. So just drop me an email on the Shoreliner Striping inbox, eric@ericzaneshow.com, and we go from there. That's it. You're going to love this. It is so much fun. In fact, I usually like to have all the people who are going to be playing the game, invite them into the Zoom, and then you're there with us. I kind of mute you. Maybe I'll go to you with a question here and there just to talk to you. But for the most part, you're getting the show through the Zoom. And then when it's time to play, I unmute you, and off we go. All right? It's awesome. We have, I'm telling you, this is, Zoom has the pandemic this is whole silver lining, Jocko Willink good shit. Pandemic keeping Ben and I separate. Well, I guess we could still do Zoom if he was in here too. But I don't know. Something about the vibe of us all being on Zoom is great fun. So send me an email, eric@ericzaneshow.com, if you want to play. And don't forget, sign up for that damn Patreon. We've been having people sign up left and right this past month that are just like, hey, man, I want to check out that show, Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. It's just $5 or $10 a month. If you like it, you can convert the monthly to a yearly, and that'll save you 10%. Okay. I got to look at my notes for this. I have a brand new partnership. I announced it on Facebook yesterday. And the story behind this is the state of Michigan's organ and tissue donation organization, Gift of Life Michigan, heard about my story about donating the kidney to Jeffrey. So short time after that happens, they reached out to me and they said, we would like you to be our digital media ambassador for Gift of Life Michigan, talking about the initiatives, the things we're doing to draw more attention in hopes of getting more support, either through people actually donating or financial or whatever, getting more organs into people who need them, maybe people on dialysis or whatnot. So had a series of meetings with these folks. So what is going to happen, first of all, is I am doing a kidney donation roundtable discussion. Okay. Now, this doesn't have to be living donation like I did. It could be you just having all of your T's crossed and your I's dotted, so that if in the unlikely event that you pass, your organs would then be donated through Gift of Life Michigan. There are things that you can do to ensure that that does happen. Okay. And that's what this is all about. Sure, living donation is something that I would have expertise in, but what we're doing is there is a Gift of Life Michigan Living Kidney Donation Roundtable coming up on March 17th, my dad's birthday. And it's going to go from 10:15 a.m. till 11 a.m. I'm going to feature it on my Facebook page so that you can get a sense of some of the discussions. And so I'll be joined by a kidney transplant recipient and representatives from the National Kidney Foundation. March happens to be National Kidney Month. Also, folks from Spectrum Health and Mercy Health will be there. So, that will be coming up in just 12 days, right? 12 days. So at about this time on March 17th, I will be having that event. Okay. So it is really, really cool that I've been able to partner with these folks. Gift of Life Michigan is a federally designated organ procurement organization that serves the state of Michigan as the intermediary between donors, their families, and hospital staff. In collaboration with Eversight, Gift of Life provides all services necessary for organ, eye, and tissue donation. Now, if you go to ericzaneshow.com, on the top sponsor scroll, it says Gift of Life Michigan. It'll take you right to a page that has a number of frequently asked questions about what you can do to be an organ donor. It doesn't have to be a living donor. It just has to be an organ donor. There are steps that need to happen to make this happen, because if something terrible were to happen to you and you don't have everything set up the way it is, time is of the essence to make sure that those organs are handled appropriately to get them into the hands of the right people. I know this sounds incredibly strange to think, oh, God, what happens if I die? But it's all true, and it's a necessary thing that needs to be talked about, because a single organ and tissue donor can provide up to 8 life-saving organs, as well as corneas and tissue that can dramatically improve lives for up to 75 people. So it gives you an idea. We are a bountiful harvest. If something terrible happens, there is something good, Jocko, good, that can happen. Okay. A new patient is added to the transplant waiting list every 10 minutes. On average, 22 people die each day in the U.S. because a donated organ does not become available. All right. Thank you so much for your interest in this. And thank you to Gift of Life Michigan for allowing me to speak about your wonderful initiatives. It's a fantastic thing. I tell you what, when they reached out to me, I was like, well, this is awesome. I would love, this is why I did this. This is part of the reason why it all happened. So I am, and you know, people, probably that's the question I've gotten the most in the last several months. Hey, how you doing since the transplant? And now's a perfect time for me to, or since the donation, now's a perfect time for me to describe it. I feel like nothing happened. Nothing. My energy is through the roof. I exercise like I used to. Other than the one thing, and that is I pee more frequently. That is the only thing that I think I've had to get used to more. And I don't know why that is, because the size of the bladder doesn't change. So that's actually a mystery to me. That's a question maybe for Dr. Grish, who did the work of removing the kidney. Just so you know, when the kidney came out of me, they put it in a bucket. Some of you have heard this story before, and it was described to me as this. So the guy, Jeffrey, who I gave the kidney to, is in the next room. They have him ready to go to get the kidney. They walk into the next room with the kidney in a bucket. They've cleaned it off. It looks like a chicken breast. It's pale because blood is no longer going through it. A goal would be, sometimes it takes a day or two for the kidney to start doing its job, scrubbing the blood, cleaning it of toxins. Jeffrey's blood is a disaster because his kidney function hasn't existed for some time. He's been on this awful dialysis machine, which is shit. And then they bring in the frickin' Cadillac of kidneys. And it's a humble kidney, as you know. This kidney is always right, never wrong. Some people would say the kidney is 90% wrong, but the kidney believes it's 100% right 100% of the time, or something like that, whatever stupid thing you dumbasses came up with. The kidney is then put into him, and the clamped blood vessels, veins, arteries, and the ureter and the nerve setup are then meticulously woven onto there. And then after a period of time, they start to loosen up the blood supply of dude so that it goes into the kidney. And they describe it as, after about 10 seconds, it starts to get a little bit pink. And then just like a traffic light turning red, it goes boom and turns bright red. And the whole thing's filled up with blood. And it's like, let's clean this blood. What the fuck is going on here? Who messed this place up? Look at all this shit. I was told it was an angry maid. Now, living donor, whether it's a living donor or somebody who dies and then those organs are donated, that's just an example of the type of work that's done by Gift of Life Michigan. So I wanted to take a little extra time talking about them because they're brand new to the show. And that's just the kidney. There's liver, there's heart, there's lungs, pancreas. These are all donatable things, okay? You can save people's lives. You'll be hearing plenty about them in the upcoming months. And again, March, National Kidney Month. Okay. Thank you to Blue Frost IT, online at bluefrostit.com, the managed IT service provider for the Eric Zane Show podcast. And, okay, let's say in your business, you've got, it's time for an upgrade, okay? Your computers suck. The software doesn't get updated anymore. And so it's vulnerable. Your employees are slow because everything has a spinning wheel of death. Boss, his computer sucks. Oh, and now the printer went out. Oh, my God, the network is down. What are we going to do? This is what you do. You call up Blue Frost IT and say, hey, I need a complimentary consultation about what it's going to take to get us into the 21st century. Do you think perhaps you can visit? Yeah. You sit down, you tell them your needs. Alan says, okay, let me tell you what's up. He's going to tell you everything that has to happen to make your business that much faster. And then you go, okay, do it. He prices everything out. He buys it with your little magic card there, sets everything up for you, and then voila, you're in business. While he's there, sign up for a service contract so that everything can be maintained by him. You have your own IT department at Blue Frost IT. 616-200-8550. Or reach out, info at bluefrostit.com. Okay. And then finally, Horizon Hydroponics. If you're growing anything indoors, okay, Horizon Hydroponics can make sure that your harvest is bountiful. I've got a Growers 101 clinic that will be happening on Facebook Live next Tuesday at 4 p.m. at the Alpine Store in Grand Rapids. Hey, drop out and see me. You can see how we do our live stream. Growers 101 with John from Horizon Hydroponics. Buy everything you need to grow indoors there. HORIZEN hydroponics.com. Use the coupon code Zane Show at checkout. That'll save you 10% on your online order. And orders $250 and over get you free shipping. They also have 4 brick and mortar locations. If you want to go see them, you'll walk in. They're usually jamming the Grateful Dead or the Allman Brothers or Fish or some jam band. Always good music inside of the walls of Horizon Hydroponics, whether it is the Alpine Store in GR, Byron Center's Growers Outlet, Lansing, or Kalamazoo. Thank you to John and Bridget from Horizon Hydroponics. Okay. Not exactly prepared for this next story because I got to get the article that was written about young Cody Pepin. God, this story pissed me off. And it's just going viral, man. That's not the article. Damn it. I need to have this stuff prepared ahead of time. I normally do. Yeah, I didn't. This was a story out of Escanaba, Michigan, where 14-year-old kid is made student of the week at Mid-Peninsula School. One teacher writes the article every week, passes it off to the newspaper. Okay? And then, it's small town shit. The Mid-Peninsula Student of the Week is so-and-so. She or he does this, and this, and is a great kid. Voila, we're done. Well, I still don't know what happened, and that's a thing. I'm shocked that we haven't gotten more information on this, of how this all went down. This 14-year-old ninth grader, this is 14 years old is critical period of time. I would guess 12 to 16 is a real critical time for a young man. Adolescence is going through there. This is how kids become serial killers. Okay. When weirdo shit happens to them of any type of nature, it's not good. Okay. This is why dads should not divorce from moms when the kids are, that young. You got to wait. You got to tough it out, okay? I don't care how shitty it is. You got to, for the sake of the kids, wait until the kids are 18 or something like that. I know in some cases that's inevitable. But you run a risk of the kid getting fucked up. And I think that this is terrible. Now, this isn't that, but this is also really, really bad. This is a traumatic thing for this kid. And I am so pissed off that it happened. This teacher wrote, things are not always as they appear to be. In fact, sometimes they're quite the opposite. For instance, that picture there, and it's a picture of this normal-looking kid, is not a picture of Mid-Penn Student of the Week. That's not Cody Pepin. Not the Cody Pepin of today, at least. So this guy is taken, kid won Student of the Week. This writer doesn't like the kid, so he's taking it to do a fucking Eric Zane Show podcast cameo roast of the kid. Does that look like the picture of a high school ninth grader? No. As such, it accordingly fails to capture the true essence of Cody's being as well. Nowadays, Cody is a lazy sluggard of a kid who continually demonstrates an obtuseness of unique proportions. He's the Mount Everest of idiocy. More simple-minded than a skunk. And he smells like one, too. In fact, the kids at school have nicknamed him Muttonhead because they all hate him. Oh, my God. This is terrible. Cody is the least popular kid in the history of Mid-Penn. Studies have proven it. Maybe it's because he has no sense of humor, or maybe it's because he's super not helpful, or the fact that he just sits in class silently drawing pictures of Urkel and Screech and other famous television nerds. Cody's so nerdy that he has a trapper keeper. He carries around a metal lunchbox of Barney Fife. He's so nerdy that he's like Lenny and Squiggy rolled into one person. So this is clearly an older person writing this with all these stupid references. That's the Cody Pepin of today. But is it really? Yeah, probably not. After all, things are not always as they appear to be. So then it even gets more confusing at the end. What's happening here? What is going on? And there's an update. Listen to this.
An article making fun of a Mid-Peninsula school freshman was published in the newspaper over the weekend, and now the school and the parents of the child are demanding answers. TV6's Escanaba Bureau reporter Grace Blair explains what happened.
An article published in the Daily Press has locals calling for a teacher at Mid-Peninsula School to be fired.
I'd seen some comments, and I'm like, what is happening here? And
that's Mom.
Then the article came up. And I'm like, oh, awesome, Code Student of the Week. And then I started reading it. And
oh,
I'm
my
like,
God.
Seriously? What am I reading?
A teacher.
Oh, my God. I cannot imagine the rage by this woman. And I'm taking a look at this lady. She's got some strength. She has some serious power. I'm thinking she could do a lot of damage.
Submitted a Student of the Week to the paper, but instead of praising Cody Pepin, this teacher said things like, quote, he's the Mount Everest of idiocy, and saying that, quote, Cody is a lazy sluggard of a kid.
Is this a joke? April Fools? Something? Nope, it was in the press on Saturday.
Cody Pepin is a 14-year-old freshman at Mid-Peninsula School. Principal and Superintendent Eric Van Dam describes him as a hard worker. His parents, a sweet and thoughtful person.
He's got a heart of gold. The first one to always offer to help if he sees somebody sitting alone that has nobody at lunchtime or they're alone at recess. He's the first one to go over there.
Cody's dad says, quote, I am so proud of the amazing young man Cody is, and I am honored to be his father. This world is truly a better place with Cody in it. And
can you imagine if they find out that the dad actually wrote it and said to the teacher, post this?
I am so proud to call him my son. I love you, Cody. Dream big. Love, Dad. In a statement from Mid-Penn School, Eric Van Dam says the school is dealing with the incident internally, and the description of Cody in the paper is not accurate.
Okay, time out. At this point in time, you need to stop with the internal bullshit and tell us who the hell did this. We need a name. The mob needs an ass kicked. And this teacher, we need an explanation more than just, we're dealing with this internally. Come on.
In quote, on behalf of the Mid-Peninsula School District, I would like to offer Cody and his family a public apology. Cody is an excellent young man, and we are proud to have him as a student. I reached out to the Daily Press for comment and was told the editorial person was interrupted and didn't go back to finish reading the article.
Okay, hold on. This is another question I had when I first read this story. How in the world did this stupid newspaper print this? Okay. Now, the guy they have making the statement with the explanation, he sounds like the actual Mount Everest of idiocy. You should hear this guy. The newspaper, I can't believe they had this guy speak on behalf of the newspaper because he sounds like the sluggard that they describe poor Cody as. And he's just reading a statement. Okay. And he's just reading a statement, and he refers to the kid as Pippin instead of Pepin. And they didn't refer to him as his first name. It just sounds terribly disrespectful to me.
Daily Press for comment and was told the editorial person was interrupted and didn't go back to finish reading the article.
The negative profile of Pippin was written and submitted by a Mid-Peninsula teacher who has been writing and submitting Student of the Week profiles for many years without any issues. The Daily Press regrets and apologizes for the printing of the submitted piece and has reached out to Pippin's family to express its support.
Yeah, that's what you got there, what you just heard. That's an Escanaba accent, okay?
And has reached out to Pippin's family to
He sounds like he's 75, but that guy's probably 22.
express its support.
A corrected Student of the Week profile for Cody will appear in Tuesday and Saturday's paper. The parents of Cody Pepin expressed that Mid-Penn is a great school with great teachers, and this one incident does not accurately reflect the school. Grace Blair, TV6 News, Escanaba.
The argument can be made that type of comment, I always get it confused. What's libel? What's slander? Libelous, I think. Libel is written, I think. That type of libelous description of him, that is damaging to a person. You could probably prove to a court that had a traumatic effect on this kid's brain. No, I mean, seriously, you as a parent, you would probably want to put the kid into a different school, A, because you don't trust the freaking school. Second of all, you know, the asshole kids that are in every school are going to make life miserable on him, probably. And, you know, I mean, who wants to have to deal with that? And you're talking about a lawsuit worth a ton of money on the school and on the newspaper. And that would be the only, going through with those lawsuits would be the only thing that would probably keep a normal dad or a mom from going to the school and kicking the shit out of anybody that they ran into. You know, you'd be like, Andre the Giant stepping in the ring at a battle royal and just clocking everybody. I can just imagine some of these Zaniac moms or dads and how much ass that they would kick. Nick says libel is written. So there you go. I don't know, man. This whole story really, really bothers me, man. So I'm way confused about that whole thing. I would love to get an explanation of what that guy was thinking. Holy crap! Absolutely horrible, man. I've that story just really, really bugged me. I've got some hilarity for you, lightening things up here, and that is I'm getting all these messages. Make sure you tell Kenny happy birthday. Happy birthday, Kenny. Happy birthday, man. Thanks. It's a big celebration, man. I'm going to get some nookie. Maybe. I wonder what he's doing for his birthday. I described to you that Zaniac Adam the Odd in northern Michigan. The history between Adam and me. Adam wrote this, and he posted it to Zaniacs United, the Facebook group. So earlier today, I was driving my mom up north to see some of my grandchildren. So that'd be her great-grandchildren. And she caught the Patreon bonus with me en route. I warned her, sometimes me, talks like a drunken sailor on leave. Eric then gets into the story about Eldina Zhiganyak. That is the woman from Denmark who refuses, though very, very pretty, will not shave her eyebrows, or, swear to God, she has a mustache. And so I was being very vivid in my descriptions. I couldn't tell you exactly what I was saying. But, I mean, it's bad. I mean, the eyebrows are, not only is it a unibrow, but there's hair is going every direction. It looks like Andy Rooney just before he died. I mean, it's rough. And she's got a friggin' mustache. And she has embraced, she goes, this is me. I love it. I'm like, you're crazy. What the hell is wrong with you? So he gets into the story about Eldina Yaganjak, my mom, without missing a beat. And I'm guessing she's in her 80s. Quote, he's a little fucked up, isn't he? But he's funny. I'm glad I wasn't taking a drink because it would have come out my nose. Oh, thank you for sharing that. He's a little fucked up. Holy crap. Hey, Siri. Call Hardcore Kenny, mobile on speaker. Oh, okay.
Kenny?
Yeah.
Calling Hardcore Kenny on speaker.
Hey.
Kenny.
Hey, man, you there? You can hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you. Good morning.
All right. What? Hang on. My phone's doing something weird.
Yeah.
How about now?
Yeah, it sounds great. What were you looking at porno, Kenny?
Funny, man.
No, I'm just kidding.
No,
Kenny. Yep.
There's a silly game I play, and it had the music playing in the background. So.
Okay, what is it like? So you were playing that on your phone?
Yeah, it's just a dumb.
Boy, you know, I really get the impression that whoever the employer is not getting their money's worth.
Okay, well, I mean, I always take off work for my birthday, so.
Oh, okay, you're okay. I didn't realize you took the day off.
Yeah, man, yeah.
Okay, well then never mind. I take it back. Kenny, why do you take your birthday off?
Because it's my birthday, man. Who wants to work on their birthday?
Do people do that? Take their day off? Take a day off work for their birthday?
Dude, I know tons of people that do.
Let me ask the Zaniacs here. I'll look at the comments in a minute. Zaniacs, do you take the day off for your birthday? Now, some would say, Kenny, that's you got to take care of yourself, and that's a very nice present to you.
Well, yeah, man. I don't really look forward to my birthdays anymore. I'm getting older. So, I mean, why do I want to wake up on my birthday and like, well, treat it like any other day. Just go, to work.
Okay. Now, Stevie says she does. Your pal,
there you go.
Your pal, Marcy does not.
My pal, man, she was fun yesterday.
Kenny, you can't say that because that's going to restart the fight all over again between you two.
Well, it might also make people wonder what they're talking about. That wasn't on free. Must have been Patreon.
It was Patreon. Kenny got into an altercation with Marcy, and I was stuck in the middle of that. I don't know what's going on. You guys should settle that. I mean,
if somebody lashes out at me with a snarky comment, you better believe I'm ready to fire them back.
Now, Kenny, Marcy is single, and you're also single.
Well, yeah, single-ish, but
single-ish. There is. Do
you not realize who first pointed out my birthday today? By the way,
was it Marcy?
No, dude, it was Leanne. I didn't even know she was paying attention.
Okay, so you're talking about the person who you went on a few dates with, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that wasn't supposed to be discussed on the free podcast.
Whatever. It's all good. It's just.
All right. Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to step on anybody's
toes. It was funny the way you took it. like whatever you said, you're like, is he one that makes it known and blah blah blah?
Okay. All right. So Leanne, that's a very, very nice lady who you spent some time with, and now you're also hitting it off with Marcy.
No.
So that's cool. Jason does not take the day off for his birthday. Nick says adults work on their birthday if it's over 21.
Whatever.
Ryan does not. Rick from TC Paintball, anti $15 an hour, says no. Nate says that I haven't taken off my birthday since I was 21. Let's see. Dean says no. Chris says yes. Sarah says yes. Adam, yes. So you're getting a mixed bag of people,
Yeah, half and half maybe.
Kent, no. Tyler says, I take the day off for my birthday. I always get judged for it, but I don't want to work on my birthday. So there's plenty of people. There's plenty of people who do this, Kenny.
Of course.
All right. Let's see.
And all the ones that don't, they probably can't because they already used up all their time or their boss was a jerk and didn't let them take off. So
okay,
they gave up trying.
Marcy has responded to the idea of you and her going on a date. Maybe you guys could have makeup sex in that with Laughy Face.
That's not cool, man. What are you doing?
Nothing. I'm just being silly. I'm just being dumb. Leanne is watching, so that makes this even more awkward. So,
yeah.
So, hey, Leanne, Kenny is not. That is only me trying to be stupid, Leanne. So, oh my God, now it's all stupid. My God, now I actually.
I think she's got a good handle on.
Yeah, she's got an idea of the trouble that I start. Now, Leanne did not. Was she part of? Did she like pay attention to the show prior to you two becoming starting to date?
No.
Okay. But she seems really nice, by the way. She just seems really cool.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah. You guys gonna hang out this weekend for your birthday?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. What does she think about all the stand-up video games?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I think she's curious about giving them a try, but I mean,
wait,
she saw them. They weren't on. What?
It just sounds funny for you to say she's curious about giving them a try. It sounds like you're describing something so much more sinister. It's a fucking stand-up video game.
I don't know. She said she hasn't played Pac-Man forever and wants to. Hey.
All right. Well, okay. So how old are you? 29?
Oh, man.
40, 42, 41.
44.
Oh! Oh my God. I wish I was 44. Holy shit.
Well, yeah, but
all right.
Dude, it's weird because I feel like I should still be 32 maybe.
No, well, that's the thing, Kenny. You've got a spirit to me that doesn't say 44. You know?
Yeah. Well, a lot of people tell me that I don't look 44, but it's well, that's why I shave my head, because if I let what little hair is left up there grow out, I would look like that one dude on the Three Stooges who had it just around the sides and the back.
Exactly. Yeah, it is a good move.
Yeah.
And I know
I've been shaving my head for 2 decades, so that tells you when that started.
So, so you're one of these people that if you're that type of person, you probably didn't start getting hair till you were about 8, and then you started losing it at 12. So you had 4 good years of hair.
No, man. What I remember about my hair was I had a bowl cut, and in the front, it came down to right above my eyebrows.
Yeah.
And when I was in middle school, I just decided I'd start brushing it back, and then it just stood up and was crazy tall. And I always got picked on for my hair. I didn't know what to do with it. So when I started shaving my head, it was the best thing ever.
That's a good move. That's a veteran move right there, because to me, I cannot imagine you with any hair. It has to be bald. And now you're well on the way to getting ripped. I know you and I have made some serious dietary changes. Now,
I need to. I just haven't yet. This whole past week,
Yeah.
Past month. Let me be honest. Whole past month, I pretty much just gave up.
Yeah, I think this diet bet, I think I'm going to lose this one. I
I already did.
Yeah, I think it's and Stevie has a request. Can we get that picture of you in high school? Can we post that? I mean, because you're kind of like a character on the show. People have to see that picture.
High school pictures, not so sure. God, those are some of the worst.
No. We want the worst. We want.
You don't really see like your eyes aren't drawn to the hair on those. You're drawn to the pizza face.
Oh, thank God. Yes. Oh. Well, you don't have that anymore. No,
but every now and then you get like one little, and it's like, what the hell? I'm in my 40s, or weren't they supposed to stop at some point?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, it was rough back then, dude.
All right. Well, it's a good thing Leanne is not reading the comments on YouTube, because I see them all. I see Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter at the same time. And let me just tell you, everybody has been fun and playful and hilarious. Like, in fact, at one point she says, "Oh no, what have I gotten myself into?" And Patriot Nick says, "A rowdy bunch of great friends." So that's nice, But there's one person who has said something that is completely inappropriate, not on Facebook.
It's gotta be Amanda.
No.
Amanda or Kent?
No.
Really?
Anybody else come to mind?
Not really.
Loves QAnon. Loves Alex Jones.
Loves vaccines.
Loves, is anti-vaxxer. Hates Joe Biden. Are you getting an idea who now?
Well, yeah, but I see message retracted now.
Oh, okay. Oh my God. Yeah, he got out of bounds. That's a good thing that he did that, because that was that. And then Kent, now you're in trouble because Kent, he wrote, "I got called out. What a dick." Kent called you a dick.
I had YouTube up on another device and I turned it down. So I grabbed it and I just scrolled the most names I saw.
I'm not on the hot seat for the comment. It's somebody else. I'm going to add Dirk to asshole of the day for that one.
Well, now I need to know what he said.
I'm not telling you. Leanne's listening, you jackass. All right, Dirk is going to get it, even though he retracted it. I'm taking Andrea off. Dirk has asshole of the day status for this absurd comment that may have made our dear friend Leanne, who's new to the group, uncomfortable. I mean, you can't just start blasting away with shit like that, Dirk, you stupid dick.
Well, not everybody's going to be blue-balled, man.
I'm not saying it. I'm not going to say it. Adam says, "Why did you delete it, Dirk?" And Amanda says, "Oh, okay, that was an awesome comment." All right. Okay, now wait a minute. Now, Leanne says, "Spill the beans." So if Leanne says it, Dirk said, "Are you going to bend her over one of your..." He said something, I'm messing it up, but generally what it said was, maybe you could bend her over one of the video games or some other shit. Can you believe that? I mean, that is some dirty pool by... leave it to Dirk, of course, He's sitting there reading racist books to his hypothetical kids.
Oh, come on, man. You got to lay off the Dr. Seuss, man. I kind of feel like he does when it comes to those. And like you were talking, like the family, they don't want, like
fuck
6
you
of
all.
them?
Fuck you and all those other idiots.
Come on, everybody man.
Everybody can fuck off on the Dr. Seuss thing.
What are they going to do? Like quit playing
I will
the
fight
Grinch every year?
I will fight all of you about the Dr. Seuss thing, you bunch of idiots.
All right,
I know I'm right.
We can just stick Rick back on you.
No. I'm going to win this one. This one I would win. I'm not backing down off this one. All right.
That was so good yesterday, man. I was cheering him on.
Oh, for God's sake, Rick. Yeah, I thought you were talking. I thought you were like agreeing with me, but I was reading inappropriately. I got zero. Listen to me. I got zero support on the $15 an hour minimum wage. I was so beaten into submission. And now
that's because only idiots think it's a good idea.
Okay.
To jump
all right, fine.
To double it.
Okay, fine. Say that. I'm an idiot. But you know what? I changed my mind. I am not a stubborn idiot. He made some great points.
I love that you had a guy who has a small business tell you exactly why it's wrong.
Okay.
And not a good idea.
He made sense. I agree. And you know the problem is with you assholes though. After I say, you know what, I agree. I make a wise decision like an adult, and I say, you know what, you made some good points. I agree with you. And then you know what you dicks do? You take my nose and you rub it right in the shit. There you go. Get the shit actually up your nose. Rub it so deep in the shit that it goes.
I wasn't trying to do that. It's just I disagree with you on the Dr. Seuss thing, and I know how great Rick did yesterday, so he should talk to you about that if he. I
don't even want to talk to Rick. I'm already ready to take him off as a sponsor. I'm all ready to cancel the whole thing and go to some other paint. I'm going to go to some other paintball company after that one.
You gotta take that back.
Yeah, I take it back.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, that's it. I'm done with you. Happy birthday. Happy 44. Continued healthy eating today, and are you going to do nothing but eat salad and chicken?
Today, no.
Yeah.
Not eating that garbage today.
What are you eating today? What is the plan today? Are you going out to eat? Are you the type of guy that goes to the, let's say, the restaurant, you say, when you walk into the host, you say, hey, by the way, it's my, hey, man, it's my birthday today.
No, I do that to other people. In fact, a few years ago when Rachel was dating this guy that's long gone, but they were really serious then. It was a Sunday lunch, and just happened to go to the same place after going to church.
Is this going to be a short story or one of the Kenny stories? Because I always felt
this is great.
I already feel the blood. I feel the blood draining out of my face. Okay, go ahead. Start over.
We just randomly went to the same Mexican restaurant as her and her boyfriend at the time. And I look over and I'm like, oh, they're on the other side of the restaurant. And I said to the waitress, I was like, hey, can you send them do you guys do something special for birthdays? And can you pretend it's his birthday? It's not, but is that okay? Could we prank him? And I'm not really sure that with the language barrier that she understood that it wasn't his birthday. But oh my gosh, it was nowhere near this guy's birthday. And they went over there and they were singing and hollering and all kinds of, traditional Mexican thing. And the whole time his face is red and he's like, but it's not my birthday. It was so great.
So
and Rachel was just laughing her ass off. It was so funny.
Oh my God.
But no, I wouldn't want to go into a place and announce, hey, it's my birthday. Everybody, celebrate.
Cool story, horrible bitch.
Yep.
But
all right.
was coming over this morning. We're going to do a late breakfast or brunch type thing. And I thought Derek was going to be here because he's always here, but he just
gives a fuck?
He's working the day. And I'm like, what?
Yeah. Okay. What about Leanne? Is she coming over?
Oh, we're gonna go have Mexican tonight.
All right. She says, I will make sure wherever we go, they know it's his birthday. So you're screwed.
Maybe we won't do that.
All right, man. Thank you. Have a good day. Happy birthday.
All right, man. Later.
Right.
Thanks.
Fuck Dr. Seuss. Okay, see you. There you go. Joey Williamson. You know, Joey, you've been around long enough. It's time for me to kick your ass. These books were made decades ago, and we're now, it's W-E-R-E. We're now outraged about them. I swear, people find stuff to be offended by intentionally just to get their 15 seconds of fame. Dum-dum, would you please be smart like I am all the time and read something for once? It isn't just the books, okay? It isn't just the 6 books that have the stereotypical Asian guy with the conical hat and the guy, the other ridiculous stereotypes that this racist writes about in the children's books alone, if that was it, if there had been no history of racism by this scuzz Seuss years before the books, okay. You're not listening to that. You don't listen to logic, okay? If you people were right, and you're not, you'd agree with me. Seuss had a long history of ridiculous political cartoons charged with horrible, horrible racism. N-word, anti-Semitic, anti-Asian. Of course, we were in World War II, but still, all the other shit that I'm talking about. I mean, hardcore racist shit on this guy. He then realized, Seuss, this motherfucker, that he had no money, so he wanted to make children's books. He sold 650 million of them. They retired incredibly wealthy. All right? Nobody pays attention to that. Nobody even knows that. There's only one person in America who read the article, me. And I've been trying to explain it to you, dum-dums, but you won't listen. Why? Why does that go in one ear and out the other? And you sit there, don't get a vaccine. Don't wear a mask. Fucking Seuss. Hey, he's a good guy. What are you doing? You got to be out of your minds. Oh, my God. Ah, shit. Oh. Man, I hate being right all the time except for yesterday. Oh. Anyway. Happy birthday, Kenny. Happy birthday, Kenny. Happy birthday, Kenny. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Happy birthday, Kenny. Yeah, yeah. Okay, where am I? Oh, boy. I want to help your business, whatever it may be. And then you're like, what is going on here? How is this even happening? Well, truth be told, if I wasn't able to survive, like make a living doing this, I would not be able to do the podcast. I'd have to go to a regular job. A little bit of history. After getting fired from BBL, that's what I was planning on doing. I was planning on going to get a regular job and just, whatever. Put in my time, doing my thing, and I'd occasionally do a podcast. Well, because of you populating the podcast and being a member on Patreon, I said, I've got a puncher's chance. You see, I had like 450 people right away on Patreon, which bought me about 2 to 3 months worth of time. Now, truth be told, that number did go down. It's never been that high since, but that's okay because I had 2 or 3 months to then populate the podcast with sponsors. So it kind of like, it doesn't matter how I get the cash to survive as long as I get it, So then I'm like, hey, I'll do the podcast every single day, like a radio show, and put sponsors in front of people for the free show, and then I'll just do 2 podcasts every day. And that's all I've done since then. And it seems to work. So here we are, 2 years, 2 months, almost to the day, and still going strong. So if you have a business or you work for a business, you think, man, maybe Zane's onto something. I mean, all these great sponsors have been here for quite some time, and it works. So thank you so much. If you want more information, and this is no obligation on your part, it's just me reaching out to you and telling you how it works. I'll do that. I'll tell you how everything happens on the podcast. Just drop me a line on email, eric@ericzaneshow.com, on the Shoreliners Striping inbox, another great sponsor, and I'll tell you how it works. Okay, it's that simple. Like the Tax Hobbit, the one and only Troy Ginzer at Tag Accounting. Troy was the poor dude who felt so bad when he found out that I got to pay back all my healthcare.gov government subsidies. He goes, oh, dude, this happens from time to time. You made too much money. You got to pay it back. I'm like, okay, I understand. He goes, but this is what Troy does. He goes, you should be what's known as an S Corp. Now, my knowledge of an S Corp ends with the name S Corp. I go, I don't know what that is. He goes, well, You're going to run this more like an actual business with payroll in which you get paychecks, in which your taxes are taken out of each paycheck. That will help you and save you a ton of money each year. And I said, I still don't know what the hell you're talking about. How about I just make you do it and you do it and then just let me know. And then that's how it'll be. Okay. Oh, no, there's a fee with that, of course. But so now the tax hobbit goes from doing my taxes once a year to running my payroll for the Eric Zane Show podcast. Growth. Hey, the show's growing. Okay. People like Rick are like, yeah, we already know all that because we're small business people and we know things. So stick your $15 an hour up your ass. Shut up. Tag accounting does that. Okay. Whether you're a business, you need something like that, or you just need somebody to do your taxes. We're getting down to the nitty gritty here. You can still hire Tag Accounting though. 616-301-9516. Call them. Say, Zane sent me. I want my taxes done. Anywhere in the United States, doesn't matter where you're listening to the show, call upon Tag. Okay. You're going to upload all your documents that he needs to your portal. First of all, he's going to send you a checklist of all the things he needs. Then you gather up your stuff, your 1099s or your tax statements from your employer, your property taxes, whatever. You get it all to him, and then you're going to get a note that says, all right, coming up on March 20th at 2 p.m., we're going to do your taxes that day. Have your phone nearby in case we have a question. Taxes get done, and then all your information is in there. Your return is mailed to you. If you owe, you won't. If you owe, that'll be taken care of, and you send that in, or the money more than likely is going to be direct deposited right into your account. Boom. Taken care of. Tag Accounting online at tagcpa.net, or drop them an email, troy@tagcpa.net. The favorite website for pain in the ass Dirk is the Kent County Health Department. accesskent.com/health for COVID-related information. We are vaccinating in the United States 2 million people a day now. Now, despite the stupidity of the Texas assholes and the Mississippi assholes, Keith Olbermann said we should stop vaccinating Texans and Mississippians because of that horseshit maneuver of taking the mask mandate off. Whatever. Despite all that, the good people of Michigan follow the rules and are doing an amazing job staying healthy and happy. Some of you have done it kicking and screaming. I know that. But this is all going to be over before you know it. accesskent.com/health for all the information you need about getting the vaccine, where, how, who's eligible, who's in the queue. You need a test, they can get you a test. It's all there. Not to mention everything concerning vaccines for your kids, any other vaccine like measles, mumps, rubella, whooping cough, pertussis, meningitis, all there with the Kent County Health Department. I got a suggestion to name the Paintball War number 13 this. Randall suggested Eric Zane Show podcast, Paintball War 13, The Taxman Cometh. Even Lucky 13. Paintball War, Lucky 13, The Taxman Cometh. Because, with the news about me being 21 grr in the red, and then the next couple of weeks after that, it's tax day, and I don't, here we are just over 2 weeks away from the actual event, and I don't have a name. We're going with it. Paintball War, Lucky 13, The Taxman Cometh. Sunday, March 21, 5 p.m. June. What? TC Paintball in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Okay? If you want to play, reach out to me, eric@ericzaneshow.com. I heard from Matt Kuipers. I heard from the Tarantula Farmer. Tarantula Farmer +2. That gives me 4. Now, the rest of you, do you not have ears? Why am I not getting emails from Maze? Why am I not getting an email from Kevin Kuipers? Why am I not hearing from Tyler Kerr? Why am I not hearing from Walgrave, who apparently hates us? We haven't heard about his Kalkaska ass in a long time. Why haven't I heard from Adam Knapp? Why haven't I heard from Throat/Dale? Do you guys think that I'm just talking to walls? I mean, seriously, I need your love. Because if I wait till a day before and I don't have an idea of the head count on the paintball war, well, then heads are gonna roll. Come on. $35 get you the field time, get you the gun, the paint, the mask, and boy, is it going to be great. It's going to be another great time. I hope to at least shoot somebody. I did not shoot one person in the last event. I didn't shoot one person. I was so terrible. We did the battle royale with Rick, 15-on-1. He lost. He lost this time. That was crazy. He started to get aggressive. He thought he had picked off enough of them, and somebody shot his ass. Incredible. I got to get video of him actually doing it just to show you how fast he is and how quickly he refills that hopper when he's out of paint. It's awesome. Okay, TC Paintball, send me the email and that you're coming because Rick is too lazy to set up an online thing to pay in advance. It's true. This is how it went. It was like 6 weeks ago. Hey, I've got a great idea. Okay, Rick, what is it? My great idea is, first of all, we keep minimum wage $10 an hour forever. And then the side note to that is I'm going to set up an online link so that the audience can sign up in advance. Okay? You know, that'll ensure that they come. I go, okay, Rick, what do I need to do? You don't need to do anything. What are you talking about? Well, yeah, I got a guy. He's like an expert. He's like waiting for me to give him the info so that he can build it on the website. And I'll just give you the link, piece of cake. I'm sitting there tapping my fingers, waiting, looking at my watch. Days, hours are turning into days. Days are turning into weeks. I'm like, what the fuck? What are we doing this? I mean, someone dropped the ball. Normally, yeah. I'm like, yeah, excuses. Okay, good one. Thanks. Good job. Way to go. Gritted teeth. The teeth right now. He's grinding down his teeth. Andrea just sent an email for paintball. I love you so much. Andrea was a-hole a day earlier today, but now she is no longer a-hole a day. I don't even remember why I put you on there because Dirk needs it after what he said about Leanne. Rick says fair. You can't say fair. You got to get mad. Maze. Hey, I got a great idea. Have people buy gift cards to reserve their spot. It's already set up. Uh-huh. There you go. So Andrea says we're going to be there. So who? You and Jason? Yeah. Yeah, Jason. May. Okay, I don't know. I'm confused now. Maze says, at this point, you can count me in unless I say otherwise. Maze has gotten good. He's actually invested some cash into some excellent equipment. And he looks like he's getting ready to kick your ass when he goes out there. All right. The idea of a summertime meetup where, because Patriot Nick, it's going to take that long to save up money to fill up his gas tank for gasoline for his motorcycle gas tank. Totally kidding. That was a bad joke the first time. He would come over from Maine, and then Kenny and Dirk would come up and pick up anybody on the way, and we can have a frickin' paintball / pool party in the backyard here, bonfire. Oh my God. Now, I'll just tell you this. No one can drive home drunk. So you better bring a DD. And I've got really churchy neighbors. But can you imagine the Zaniac pool party? That would be the first time we've ever done that. Well, I'll be showing people how to make s'mores. Oh, that would be great. That would be so much fun. Sponsor Olympics is something Rick floated the idea about that. I forgot what he said, but it was something to do with smoking pot. That's all I know. It's a pot thing. Amanda says orgy. Or just crash out at Eric's place. He won't mind. I don't. We could set up tents in the backyard. My neighbors, I owe my neighbors a lot because these assholes launched these fireworks at every national holiday. They're shooting fireworks off on the King holiday. And I'm like, guys, I don't know if it's appropriate to fire shots into the air during the King holiday. So Mitchell says, wasn't that a Patreon reward at 500 subscribers? It was. It still is. If we hit 500 on Patreon, I think I take people up to the Fear Bunker North. But I don't think that's going to happen. It tapped at it was at its highest at 422, and it's stable now, but it doesn't for whatever reason, one reason or another. I guess I'm just not good enough. But Dean, will you be the pool boy? Now, come on, why do you always got to wreck it, Kate? What the fuck? Oh, and then Dean, is that the same grayling tent implying the masturbation incident? Come on, guys. Of course, this is all COVID pending. I don't want to bring you people in. I'm not bringing you people in here if there's still that. If it were today, if this was the summer and it was today, it wouldn't happen. So one day this is going to happen. I just don't know when. All right. Trouble at the cockfight. Trouble at the cockfight. Trouble at here they come to stop the rooster. Oh, yeah. Why is that such a good song? I mean, it's not like that guy sings great, right, Kenny? Lane Staley, is that his name? No, actually, I like his voice. Cockfight in India. And I still to this day can't figure out why people are like, hey, what do you want to do today? I don't know. We can go for a walk in the park, maybe take the kids to the playground. I don't know, watch a movie or go to the cockfight. In the country of India, though banned, this is still a very popular thing. And I can't. I don't know if they somehow train the roosters to do this type of activity, attack one another, if that's part of it. But for decades, this has been banned. You shouldn't be doing cockfights. And I guess they whoever the winner is, people gamble and bet. All right, the brown one's gonna beat the black one, and they put money down. Where oh my God, you won, and then they fight to the death. So this is very, very cruel and terrible. So it's hard to believe in a country where I don't know. I mean, India. This isn't exactly the nicest place to live. They would be even worried about cockfighting in the first place. I think you got to take care of the mass amount of people that are impoverished in your country before you're worried about cockfighting. But whatever, or the human trafficking or the feces flowing through the streets. But that's just me. This 45-year-old dude, Thangula Satish, was preparing his rooster for the cockfight. Now, this was the type of cockfight where they would put some type of sharp implement onto the, do you say roosters, are those talons? They don't have flippers. What does a rooster have? The feet, I guess? Hold on a second here. Do roosters have talons? Is that what they're called? A lot of birds have talons, but chickens and roosters do not have talons. They just call it, I think, a claw. All right, fine. We've taken care of that. Kate says, do chickens have talons? They tie like razor blades and knives to these stupid things so that then they go up to their foe and they're trying to cut them. And then if it's a fatal injury, the thing will bleed out and die. So that's the worst thing I've ever heard of in my life. Well, this dumb asshole and a crazy bit of instant karma, Thangula Satish is preparing his bird. And you know how sometimes they freak out, just whatever. They're a little ball of muscle, okay? So he's doing what needs to be done to get this. It's a knife. It's a 3-inch knife, that sticks straight out onto his chicken battle bot. And so he's securing it like he's done countless times. And then everything went sideways when the little fucker went crazy on him, and actually the cock stabbed him in the cock. I swear to God, Satish was hit by the rooster's knife right in his groin and started bleeding profusely. And then he died. The cock killed him. Police filed a case. We're looking for over a dozen people because they're like, oh, shit, Satish just got one right in the balls. Let's get the hell out of here. They took off. Nobody helped. He's like, hey, guys, holy shit. And the rooster's running around with a knife, and he's just kind of like, oh, fuck, hey, man, this is a great day. I just killed this son of a bitch who was tying a knife to my foot. Ooh. Cops, what do you call it? Rescue crew showed up, and they tried to help the guy. While they were taking him to the police station, he just died from blood loss. As the practice goes, knife blade or other sharp edge weapon is tied to the leg of the bird to harm the rival. Such fights continue until one contestant is either dead or flees, declaring the other rooster the winner. The rooster was brought to the police station for what? Questioning? Before being taken to why did you bring it to the police station? What the fuck is that going to do? Before being taken to a local poultry farm. We may need to produce it before the court, he said. What? Images of the rooster tied with a rope and pecking on grains at the police station were widely viewed on social media. God. It's incredible. I just had a thought pop through my head because, the podcast is what the podcast is. I sit there and I swear all the damn time. I've got a guy I'm trying to get to sponsor the show. And he's really interested. I don't want to say the business. And nice guy. And I'm scared to death. Well, I'm not scared to death because the show is what it is. I can't sit there and couch it in any way, shape, or form. I really want him on the show because I think it would be awesome. And I think we'd pack him in to this business. I really do. And I told him what I could do and how I can spread the word about his business. And he was, all right, I'm interested. Tell me pricing. Now, typically, when they tell you pricing, that's a great, great sign. So, okay, it costs this much. This is how much it costs to get on the show. And I didn't hear from him. I reach out and several emails. Didn't hear anything. Didn't hear. But that's happened before. People are busy, And when you're asking for money, sometimes it's like, boy, I'll just kick the can down the road. So you got to stay on them. So I finally get a response. He goes, it all boils down to what I hear and see when I listen or view your show. So, and that a little bit of background, when he first checked it out, I listened to one thing. You swear a lot. And I'm like, yeah, it's definitely PG-13, maybe NC-17 at times. That is there, but I'd like to say that the message is strong and the content is real and enjoyable, and the audience is diehard supporters. They love the sponsors. So every time I do a bit, doesn't matter. I'm talking about a cock stabbing a cock. I'm like, oh God, this guy is going to lose his mind. Hey, if you're an old timer like me and you follow football, you remember the name Kellen Winslow. Kellen Winslow was a beast of a tight end. San Diego Chargers. Just an incredible football player. Well, Kellen Winslow, 37 years ago, had a bouncing, happy baby boy. And he says, oh, my God, I love this child. We're going to call him Kellen Winslow the second, and he's going to be a sweet, sweet boy. I just love him so much. And Kellen Winslow the second was raised by Mr. and Mrs. Winslow, and he was big and strong, just like Dad. So they got him involved in football at a very young age, and he took off. I mean, great athletic gifts and smart. And he went off to college and did great things. And it wasn't long before he started his college career. People were like, boy, he's going to be a great NFL football player. He has the tools, okay? So, all right. Then Kellen Winslow Jr. goes into the NFL, and then, I don't know, for one reason or another, never really, he had some brilliant spots. Of course, he played for the Browns for a little bit, so he had that against him. Well, somewhere along the way, Kellen Winslow II really started to like rape. And, well, he became a serial rapist, kind of a problem. It's not going to work out for you. Serial rapist. He was just convicted for raping homeless women. Kellen Winslow Jr. has been sentenced to 14 years in jail under a plea deal. He also played for the Tampa Bay Bucks. At least I think he played for the Browns. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I just remember his dad. But, yeah, maybe he didn't. They don't say it in the article. Convicted of raping homeless women. So this guy, with all the money in the world, he's such a deviant, would go and pick up homeless women and rape them. Wow. Oh, my God. Convicted of forcible rape of an unconscious person, assault with intent to commit rape, indecent exposure, and lewd conduct in public. The woman who was homeless and raped in his hometown of Encinitas, California, north of San Diego, was among 4 of the women who gave statements Wednesday, including one victim who had the prosecutor read hers. All described suffering years after their attacks from fear and emotional trauma. What a fucking scuzz. Oh, he did play for the Browns. I see that. Those were happier times. He earned more than $40 million in his 10 seasons in the NFL before he left in 2013. The attorney for Winslow says, CTE. We can blame CTE. Head trauma from the many blows to his head playing football, which can only explain why he went off the rails, going from a star athlete to a convicted sexual predator. Who knows? I don't know, but all I know is that the public is not safe with you walking around, so you need to be locked up. And then people need to keep an eye on you when you're, however old you are, when you get out of prison, because you're still going to be a dangerous menace. My God. Father of 2, wife. She filed for divorce after he was convicted. He had faced up to 8 years in prison, but he agreed to the plea, which only got him 14. He's also a sex offender for the rest of his life. Well, that doesn't matter. I know people who are sex offenders who got radio jobs. I know sex offenders who do fucking podcasts and lie to everybody that is not a fucking sex offender. That's true. It's absolutely true. If you don't believe it, you haven't asked the right questions. If you don't believe it, he's lying to you. He's a fucking sex offender. He's a fucking rapist. You're like, oh, Zane, you're not supposed to talk about that. Yeah, I know, but that he's that guy's a fucking rapist. What are you talking about, Oh boy. Oh man, what a day. I'm getting big laughs on the comments on that one. He's a rapist. He raped his neighbor. It was boy on boy rape. It actually happened. You won't believe how bad I felt when I found out that I was working with a fucking rapist. That fucking guy raped his neighbor. A fucking whistleblower reached out to me and said, "You're working with a rapist." So I fired him right away. I said, "Fuck you. What the fuck is wrong with you? Why am I working with a rapist? Why are you in this? Why are you into rape?" Okay. Now I'm going to get an email. I don't believe that. I think you're making that shit up. Oh, fuck you. Go fuck yourself. All right. I have one more story that I have to share with you. Actually, I take it back. I'm going to save the Rudy Giuliani story for the Patreon. It's not Rudy. It's his daughter. Rudy Giuliani has had bad days this past year, but none like now because of what his daughter says she does sexually. And she's one of these people. Why is it that people feel the need to say, this is what I do sexually? Hey, I'd like to have a press conference about what I do in the bedroom. I would like to announce this about who I sleep with. She did exactly this. You're going to love this story. It's on the Patreon. Emails of the day are next. Rob G and B Hin. I forget his name. I'll get it when I look at it. Cameo.com/Eric Zane. That's where you go. Sign up on your desktop or your laptop. Cameo.com/Eric Zane, or use the Cameo app and hire me to do a cameo. This is one of the many ways I'm able to keep the lights on, and boy, are they fun. I can roast your friends. I can wish somebody a happy birthday. I can tell somebody they're a rapist. Whatever you want. Cameo.com/Eric Zane. Congrats to Mario and the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. It was just a story on Wood TV 8 about the convention center in Muskegon is now done. They're set to have the first opening ceremony in April. And it said all over it, the new Van Dyke Mortgage Convention Center. Mario paid for that. His business is on the sign of the convention center. He's got a 10-year naming right on the Muskegon Convention Center. Congratulations for the Van Dyke Mortgage Convention Center in Muskegon, Michigan, right next to Mercy Health Arena, where Mario's football team, the West Michigan Ironmen, play football. Wow. If you want a mortgage for Mario, he needs the cheddar because he's spending all this money on 10-year naming rights packages. NMLS number 3035. Get a mortgage if your credit is great at about 2%. If it's not so great, your credit, you are not going to get a 2% mortgage. You're not going to get a 3% mortgage. You might get a mortgage that's like, it's okay. But it's better than paying a slumlord. If you can, okay, let's say if you're paying, I don't know, $1,000 in rent. Let's get you into a mortgage, into a home that you buy. And now what's going out of your pocket each month is $800. But it's yours. Your interest rate is not that great, but it's still yours. You pay on it for 18 months, and you show your impeccable payment record, and then you get another mortgage. You redo it, okay, for the same amount. You're not like getting any money out of it. All you're doing is paying less because now your interest rate fell a percentage point. Then you do that for another year and a half. Before long, your credit score goes up on the home that you own. You're not paying a slumlord. The value in the home's going up. This is how it works, dum-dum. Make it happen with the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. 231-332-6505. Last but not least, my friends at F45 in Byron Center, Michigan, when is the workout going to start for you? You got 1 week free. Sign up for it at the letter F, the number 4, the number 5, F45training.com/Byron Center. Get a week free and get that workout in, man. When you go in there, you're set up in your own little workout tile, as it's called. That's a 10 by 10 area with tape where you stay in the box. All your equipment, kettlebells, barbells, dumbbells are all in your little spot for your workout. Let's say it's tile 7. You look at the screen on tile number 7. It says tile 7. There's an animation of each of the workouts, the exercises that you're doing. You do it for 40 seconds or 35 seconds, 10 seconds rest. You do the next one. That's how the workout's done. You got people that work there going from tile to tile. Make sure that you're doing it right, offering you the support that you need. COVID, coronavirus safe, 0 cases, 0 contact tracing needed. They got it down at F45 in Byron Center, Michigan. And you get a week free. F45training.com/Byron Center. Rob G in New Jersey, Blue Stain Rob, writes this. You had me going this morning. For some reason, when listening to Wednesday's show, now when he says you had me this morning, well, actually it says you had me this morning. I'm like, well, what does he mean by that? He actually means laughter. That's a win. For some reason, when listening to Wednesday's show, I remembered something from Monday's Patreon show notes. Rarely do the show notes provide the best part of the show or at least get me burst out laughing. You described Kenny's Poontang Chronicles as not satisfied with dozens of women throwing wet gash at him. Kenny busts a move via the live stream chat. He writes, the word gash got me. I was laughing out loud at work. It reminded me of two things. First being a time Joan Rivers impersonator said it. Only the Joan could have said it. He wrote that weird. I'm not sure the fuck he means there. His brain is sometimes befuddled by Jersey. He also wrote, the other being these old videos. Would love to hear Ben react to this, appropriately titled, Everywhere of Saying Vagina Sounds Much Better in Scottish. I'm not going to play it. Thank you. And then he says, a freshly COVID-19 vaccinated Rob. I don't know what industry you work in that gets you vaccinated, but congrats. It doesn't work, man. Doesn't work here in the land of the free, Florida. I say no to the vaccine. Keep your poison out of my veins, man. I don't want to grow a tail on an untested vaccine. I'd rather not get that, man. It's my choice to be an asshole. All right. BJ writes this. These, by the way, are your Forever Lawn West Michigan emails of the day. Forever Lawn West Michigan, synthetic grass for your business, your home, putting green, kennel grass, you name it. Find out more information at foreverlawn.com/WMI. BJ writes, Eric, sorry I've fallen behind a little bit on the podcast. This is concerning show number 533. I'm not sure which one we're on right now. Fell a little behind. I'm working on getting caught up. In 533, you were discussing about old toys you grew up with, and you started talking about the Steve Austin doll. That thing was the best fucking toy that ever existed. I even played with that bastard so much, I broke the first one and got a second one. Yep, that happens, man. Steve Austin in the tracksuit. Awesome. Great, great toy. And then he writes, so as you were talking about it, I was mentally thinking to myself that was a great toy. And I was also thinking of another one that I used to play with that was a ton of fun. The Evel Knievel motorcycle. And then, holy fuck, you start talking about the Evel Knievel motorcycle. BJ writes, I used to get that little white stand and crank the shit out of that thing until I couldn't feel my arm anymore. And then you punch the button and that motorcycle launches to go 5 houses down the street. I had the ramps and all the accessories. Side note, I was looking online at Evel Knievel toys. Do you realize they had the Evel Knievel rape van? It's true. You could buy Evel Knievel would travel from town to town in this motorhome, and he would get chicks to go inside of it, and he'd have sex with them because he was such a star in the 70s. This guy was like a god. So when you were a kid, you could get the motorcycle and you could get the dragster, then the funny car and the sky cycle. And I swear on a stack of King James Bibles, a rape van. Shit you not. And you could be, oh yeah, Evil. You bring Barbie, Evil, yeah, let's suck your dick. Oh yeah, come on in the rape van. Oh yeah, the thing starts rocking. Oh yeah, take a ride on my motorcycle. By motorcycle, I mean dick. Oh my God, yeah, that's great. Oh, it's awesome. Let's go jump some buses. Incredible. And you can still now, there's a retro toy company. I just looked this up yesterday, BJ, that is now actually making the Evel Knievel stunt cycle. Like new. Exact same specs, exact same clothing, exact same doll that goes with it. Everything you just described. I don't know if they still make the rape van, but for sure the stunt cycle is being made by this company. There's even like an online marketing campaign of shot in with today's people, not like the old school, doing the jumps and shit in slow-mo. It's a great commercial. I swear to God, it's actually right now. You can go online and buy this stuff. He writes, another item that we used to play with as kids, which you probably had as well on your on the stories, were a set of jarts. We would set up the yellow rings and see how far we could get those blue and red jarts, and try to get them to land in the yellow rings. Now, back then, they were weighted and heavy-duty metal at the end of them. So if there was an incident, though, that happened where someone was playing the exact game BJ was doing, and it struck a child and went through their skull and killed the kid. So that ended that fun because some stupid fucking knuckle-dragging kid couldn't watch the game. I mean, how hard is it? Pay attention, you stupid idiot. How could you possibly ruin this for everybody? Well, that stupid bastard died, and now we don't have jarts. He said, we had no idea that these things falling out of the sky could kill us. That lasted a while until we started throwing them at each other. My God, I miss the old toys you could get hurt at. They were a shitload of fun. He's not kidding. Thanks for the trip down memory lane. Love the podcast. Signed, BJ. He says, Mr. Potato Head wasn't a fun toy, but Mr. Potato Head doesn't need to be canceled. Glad he'll be okay. He's not being canceled. It's still there. They just dropped the MR and the MRS off of it. And again, you people forget, they only did that to get more people to buy the toy, no one gives a shit about this shitty toy. It's a shitty toy. That's the only way to get people to buy shitty toys, is to do something like this. That was a stunt. And everybody fell for it because they talked about it. All right. Man, I would like to say that this podcast in particular, I've probably been the most right I've ever been. I would say out of every word I've said, 100% of the audience agrees with everything I've said. Incredible. I can just feel it. I can feel it through osmosis that every single one of you loves everything that I've said and agrees with everything. If you could, please share it on Facebook and like it, retweet it on Twitter with a snarky comment, and also give me a thumbs up on YouTube. That's it. I'm going to leave it right there. Another Friday of the Eric Zane Show podcast is in the books. I'll end it with my ride into work song. Hold on a minute. A frustrated Rob says, Zane, you gotta play these. He says, you must play Every Way, the video, appropriately titled Every Way of Saying Vagina Sounds Better in Scottish. Hang on. It might play an ad at the beginning of it. I don't want to leave you dissatisfied, Rob.
Minge, cunt, lady garden, meat sleeve, vagina, clunge, fanny, your gash, beef curtains, pish flaps, your vag, badly packed kebab, meat wallet, axe wound, snatch, clam, penis fly trap, stench, French fried drip,
Stench?
bearded oyster,
Stench trench? Penis fly trap?
penis fly trap, stench, French fried drip, bearded oyster, soggy box, baby cannon, cock socket, mum's glove box, tampon tunnel, a pink taco, juice box, bagoo, meat flap, your front bottom, kitty, foo-foo, a wizard's sleeve, muff, sugar notch, beaver, pink panther, velvet glove, the notorious VAG, your fuckhole, a wee fur burger, and my fucking favourite, a sausage wallet.
All right. Let me just say, can you imagine the amount of entertainment you would have if you live in the States and you get married to her. I mean, you wouldn't be able to stop laughing no matter what she says. Everything would be just hysterical. She does the same thing for different terms for the penis. Whoever this chick is. I don't know. I've never heard of her.
Dick, sausage, beaver basher, chode. Looks like a wee fucking toe. On your stump. Lord fuckwad. Big Dave, Tiny Tom, Clam Hammer, Taco Warmer, Tuna Torpedo. Ooh, that's a nice baguette. Will you put it inside me? Prawn hammer, prawn stabber, prawn murderer, kidney scraper, skin flute, porridge gun, Justin Bieber, Woody Woodpecker, your rod, Mr. Winky, Mr. Happy, my love muscle, oh me hot dog, Russell the love muscle, salami, Paul, Dally Wacker, trouser snake, yogurt slinger, wiener, your fucking knob, disco stick, love shaft, trouser meat, purple-headed soldier man, Excalibur, Fat Albert, Dr. Feelgood, heat-seeking moisture missile, Knob Goblin, he who must be obeyed.
If you're having sex with her, and if she's a woman who's vocal, you're not gonna be able to concentrate. It's gonna be rough. You're gonna be like, look, you can't talk. All right, either that or I have to bite out your throat. So one or the other. You pick. Oh my God. I'll link those up for your enjoyment. All right, Rob. Kenny's like, what is happening, man? I don't understand a damn thing. What the hell is going on? I don't know, man. I'm intimidated by her. Thanks again. That's another show. I've got the Patreon bonus. Talking about Rudy Giuliani's daughter. I'm serious. You're not going to believe this story about Giuliani's daughter. What a fucking idiot. We're going to talk about this coming up in just a little while. Thanks again, everybody. I'll talk to you down the road. Bye-bye.